What's going on, everyone? Back with some more Littleroot Laddering, playing some more of Yoko's top cutting Lapras Necrozma Dusk main team here. If you didn't check out yesterday's episode, make sure you definitely go do that. This team has been a hoot, to say the least. I'm a big fan of what we have going on here. Sword Stance on the Necrozma means that we don't really care about Intimidate, and setting up a Trick Room next to either Togekiss or Incineroar just means that we can come in late game and have like Ferrothorn and Lapras and Tyranitar even come in and do a ton of work depending on what our opponent brings. So, been very, very satisfied with this team so far. So let's just jump in today, get in some more games on the ladder here, and see what we can do. Let's just jump right in, shall we? I like what this team is putting on. You get to see a couple mons that you don't really get to see so much in this current format with the Ferrothorn and Tyranitar and even Togekiss. Togekiss is definitely one that so popular for so long, and in Series 7 it just kind of took a nosedive off the face of the earth, not really seeing it anymore, and for it to come back now that we have so many powerful threats to want to be able to live as long as possible, having that follow me is really, really good. So let's just jump in and see what we can do to start the day. So we have Shadow Rider, Ferrothorn, Indeedee, Lando, Thundo, Thundy? I don't know. Thundurus, and Whimsicott. So, I'm pretty sure I just like Necrozma, and man, I really want to bring this Ensign, but them having access to Thundurus, like that's been the problem with bringing Ensign so far, is there's just so much Defiant in this format right now. I think Lapras looks really good. Lapras looks really good if we can do a Ferrothorn, which is what I want Ensign for. Ensign also lines up particularly okay against the Indeedee and the Cali. Man, I really want to bring Tyranitar. I really want to bring Ensign. So what if we just do... What's the downside to this? I don't actually see one. Let's try it. Lapras could be good, but it doesn't line up particularly great against like the Thundurus. I don't want to just bring a dead horse. I just don't want to bring something that's not going to be able to be used at all. So let's just jump in here, try this out, see what we got. They're going to lead Thundurus, Landorus. Okay. This is an okay lead for us, I think. We're going to have a Trick Room go up here. So let's just Trick Room. Let's follow me. What's great about this is if they don't take out Togekiss for some reason, like the double up here doesn't do it, then we can fire off a Yawn into potentially the Thundurus or whatever Dynamax is here. Most likely going to be the Thundurus. Necrozma doesn't look great on this lead, to be 100% honest. Not having access to like Rock Slide or some other attack that can hit these flying types for super effective or neutral damage in the case of Landorus is kind of not great. But we have Sunsteel Strike, which is good, but it's not great, you know. Getting those Max Steel Spikes off is good, but we are also at -1, which is not great. We're gonna see the Thundurus Dynamax. Not really surprised by that. Would be anticipating a Life Orb on it. We're gonna see that follow me. Be like, hey, look at me. Target me down. I'm the threat. There's that Max Lightning. That probably takes us out. JK LOL. Bulky Togekiss coming in clutch. Go for like Earthquake. Rock Slide's fine. No flinch. No flinch. Come on, no flinch. Okay. I got concerned. There was a big delay there and I got concerned. But now, I kind of like bringing out... I like bringing out Tyranitar here. And I think this might be a Dynamax Tyranitar kind of situation. What is this scared of? I don't really see any switch they could have here. I think we're just going to go for a Swords Dance. And we can go for a Rockfall into... Actually, what if we just fire off a Rockfall into the Landorus slot? I think the Thundurus max guards this turn. I think there's a very good chance that the Thundurus max guards. If it's not, it's probably going to go for a Max Knuckle, which we have Focus Sash, so we can live one hit. We're going to get our Sword Stance off. No switch from the Landorus, meaning this is going to take a decent chunk here. No Max Guard either. That did not take that particularly well. Earthquake is going to go off. It's going to trigger our weakness policy, which is really good for Necrozma. Because now we're at +3. Ignore my Tyranitar. I specifically said... Oh, wait. We're fine. We're fine. So now we can go for a Sunsteel Strike into... I think going into the Landorus is fine. I honestly think going for a Max Guard is also okay. This falls out their last turn at Dynamax, and they could also just go for like the double up of EQ plus Max Knuckle again. But if that's their play, I think we come out ahead in that exchange. Wonder what this Thundurus is carrying if it's not Life Orb. It could be Expert Belt. No Protect again. Such a cool animation. Such a good animation. And Max Knuckle my Tyranitar. Got him. Alright, so now a Rock Slide should take that out. So Indeedee comes out here. Gonna reset the terrain. But their Dynamax is over, so we can go for the Sunsteel Strike. I'm gonna double into the the Thundurus this turn. No, I'm not. I'm going to Sunsteel Strike the Indeedee. And we will go for the Rockfall into the Thundurus. This could be a Calyrex endgame. Could also see like Expanding Force here. I want to do a ton in all actuality. I really want to do anything. I'd be very surprised not to see anything other than a Follow Me plus whatever. Could see double protect trying to stall out our Dynamax, or not only our Dynamax, but also another turn of Trick Room. This could be Assault Vest Thunderous. No protects again. No follow me, no protect. Well, Indeedee is going to go down to their Sash. We do see the Expanding Force coming out here, doing approximately nothing to Necrozma. Oh, that was a crit. Yeah, so actual nothing. Rockfall should be enough to take out the Thunderous. Indeedee goes down to Sand, and now it's a 3v1, presumably against Kali Shadow, while we still have one turn of Trick Room. Alright, so this turn, they have to protect, right? They have to protect? No, that's the minion I want. Yeah, this is in fact the last turn of Dynamax, or last turn of Trick Room. I mean, I have no other play other than the double up here. Guys, they found the protect button. Where's our last mon? I believe it's Incineroar is what we said. So this turn, we can switch into Incin. And go for... We can go for the Lash Out. I would rather preserve Necrozma than Tyranitar here. This is going to be Astral Barrage, which we know Incin can take. Tyranitar unfortunately does not take it. They're going to get their +1 special attack, but that's fine. This is all fine. This is all calculated. And there's the Life Orb. Okay. So now Necrozma probably goes down, but we have Darkest Lariat and can... Like, we're just going to double into this. Like, there's no other play we have. We'll go for the Darkest Lariat. We'll go for the Sunsteel Strike. And I don't see a play where they can pick up both KOs here. Delaying the inevitable, opponent. Delaying the inevitable. If that's their play, like, do we ever just go for Swords Dance? I think the answer is no. I think we just always just click the attacking move. Astral Barrage will take out the Necrozma, but not the Ensign. And then Ensign will pick up the KO here with the Darkest Lariat. So, GG, opponent. But you're not going to take this 4 times effective stab Darkest Lariat here. There is a 0% chance they live this. GG. Yeah, preserving Ensign there for the end game was really good for us. Surprised they didn't bring Ferrothorn there, just because Ferrothorn seemed like their only answer, like their only consistent answer to Trick Room. But I mean, their play made sense there. I'm surprised they never like clicked Protect. I'd be really interested in actually getting to look at this team. Yeah. So we saw the Life Orb on the Kali. Lefty's Ferrothorn, not really surprised by that. Same exact set we're running. Focus Sash and DD, saw that. And it did have the Protect. They just didn't click it. Lumberry Lando. No Protect there. And it was Assault Vest. Okay, so we literally just didn't have to worry about Protect because they didn't have it. Okay, cool. Well, that's how you take down Kali Shadow, people. That's honestly a mon that I've really struggled with playing against in this format. So this team is, I believe, consistently picked up KOs against it. So not only it, but like winning the matches against it. So really satisfied with how this team has actually played out. And let's see if we can run it back. This time they have Talonflame and Thunderous backed up by their own Tyranitar and Dracozolt. I wonder if this is just a variant of the James Beck team that's been running around with special Tyranitar followed by Sandrush Dracozolt. I mean, how did they stop my Trick Room? I see no way that they actually have to answer my Trick Room. Lapras looks pretty okay. Like Lapras plus Ensign seems okay. Do I want Lapras? I don't think I want Lapras. I think I want Ferrothorn. If I'm not bringing Lapras, do I need... Yeah, I think Ensign just really does a lot of work against Kali Shadow. Sure, let's lock it in. Let's run it. Let's see what we can do here. More importantly, let's see what opponent is bringing here to the table. This looks like Indeedee Calyrex. Okay. This is taking a really long time here. There we go. There we go. Now the Psychic turn goes up. Honestly, this is like their best possible lead against our Trick Room, I think. Because now what we can do is I'm going to protect, and I'm going to just Dynamax and go for the Quake into... We'll go into the Calyrex. Probably going to get Follow Mead away. I'm kind of fine with that. There is no Psychic Seed, so this means that this is definitely going to be Focus Sash and DD. They're going to trigger our Weakness Policy. That will send the Indeedee down to Sash. We'll go to +1 Special Defense. Oh, they're going to go for Helping Hand. Well, opponent, I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't think that's enough. Because Astral Barrage is kind of bananas. But Prism Armor is even more bananas. Yep, there's the Life Orb. There's the Max Quake. And there goes Calyrex. Yeah, just being able to consistently body this thing has been very, very good. Now we go to +1 Special Defense, which is kind of good. If they bring out Dracozolt here, it's not the best, though. Or if they bring out Dracozolt, we can just go for... we just go for a Quake into it. Like, they've seen Quake. They know we have it. I don't think there's any reason they bring in the Dracozolt here. They're going to bring in Talonflame, but I don't particularly care about that. Like, we'll go for the Dazzle. And we'll Quake into the Indeedee. Today I learned Talonflame gets Will-O-Wisp. You'd think one of these days I'd figure that out. It has been so long since I've seen Talonflame, I completely forgot that it has access to it. I mean, that's fine. It just neutralizes my my weakness policy, but like Necrozma still does a ton of damage here. And I even thought about Will-O-Wisp after I clicked in, and I just thought, nah, there's no way they have it. It doesn't get it. So this is fine. We're in an okay position. Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam might be enough to pick up the KO on the Ndidi. We can just go for a... We'll go for a strike into it. I want to pick up the KO on the Ndidi for sure. That's fine. Flare Blitz. Gonna do a good chunk, but not enough. Dazzling Gleam. Crit the Ndidi. Not quite. It's alright, because now we're at +1 defense. Now, honestly, I am riding this Necrozma to the end. There is no reason for me to switch out. If they bring in Dracozolt here, we're just going to go for Follow Me plus Trick Room. Them not bringing in Tyranitar there on the Talonflame slot tells me they don't have it. Yeah, they're going to bring in Thunderous. That's completely fine by me. Because now what we can do... So we can yawn the Thunderous and go for a Trick Room. I think there's a good chance that Necrozma goes down because they are going to Dynamax the Thunderous here. Probably go for a Lightning into the Togekiss. I think that makes the most sense. I think I should have picked up the KO on the Talonflame this turn, because then we just bring in Ferrothorn and just kind of sit in front of it. Yep, Flare Blitz and Necrozma is going to be enough to pick up the KO. Max Lightning should be enough to take out the... Oh no! Oh, I forgot we're +1 defense. Wah wah. Now we can bring in the Ferrothorn. And we can go for Dazzling plus a Protect this turn. Like, nice electric terrain. Good thing you're flying. Here's a yawn. That's a really good, wonderful thing here that we get to do with this Togekiss. Just, I wanted to fire it off last game, but we never got in a position where it felt like the right thing to do. Will-O-Wisp into the Ferrothorn. No big deal there. Max Lightning going to pick up the KO on the Togekiss. That's fine. That's completely fine. Now Thunderous is asleep. We're going to bring in Ensign, which is going to trigger Defiant. So we really need to take care of this end game pretty quickly, all actuality. We go for the fake out. And actually, I think the play this turn is to Darkest Lariat into the bird and Leech Seed the Thunderous. They showed us that they wanted to Will-O-Wisp last turn. They do go for the Flare Blitz this turn. which at -1 is not going to be enough. Iron Barbs plus Flare Blitz is going to probably be enough to take it out. So now we get to fire this Darkest Lariat into the Thunderous. They stay asleep. This is their first turn. Does okay damage. And we connect the Leech Seed. Okay. Step 1. Achieved. Their Dynamax is now over. So now we just fire off Flare Blitz plus Protect this turn. Could be Flare Blitz plus Iron Defense. Just really bulk up in this end game. I think we need to count on them staying asleep this turn. That's unfortunate. Wild Charge into the Ensign. Oh, okay. Okay. But Flare Blitz is going to fire back and do a ton here. GG's. Okay. GG's. Man, it really got to showcase the, just the kind of pressure we got to put on with this team. Like, that was a +1 Wild Charge from a Thunderous in terrain. I don't think they get the terrain boost because they're not actually on the terrain. I believe that's how Electric Terrain works. Is you have to actually be on the terrain to get the boost. But Yawn from the Togekiss came out clutch there. Leech Seed going to be able to just stall that in-game out had the Flare Blitz not picked up the KO there. Just really got to showcase everything we wanted to be doing in that in-game. Necrozma was good. Obviously taking that burn early was unfortunate, but it bodied Calyrex, and that's the important thing there. Last game of the day, we have Lapdog, followed by Landorus, Rillaboom, Ensign, and Feeny. What is their Necrozma answer? Just Ensign and Lando? Both of which get completely bodied by Lapras. So I think this is Necrozma, Lapras, Ensign, and I really like Ferrothorn here. Ferrothorn doesn't line up particularly well against, like, Feeny? But, like, we just bulk up in front of... I mean, okay, so, actually, we line up really well against Feeny. It's just, like, Zacian we kind of had to worry about, because they do, most of the time, carry, like, Sacred Sword, which is really bad for Iron Defense. But that's what we have. That's what we have the rest of the team for. We need to watch out for Ensign as well with it, but we have Lapras. We have our own Ensign. I think this is fine. This may not be a hard Trick Room game, but if we can get one up, I feel good. Like, not a game where we need Trick Room to win, but a game where Trick Room would help further our advantage, I think. Because on paper, I think we line up really well against this team. We're going to see Zacian and Ensign on their side. They are going to fire off the Intimidate, which is unfortunate. It's alright, because now what we can do is we can get out of here, go into our Ensign. I really don't like Dynamaxing here. I think the double switch here actually makes a ton of sense. Just start chipping away at the Zacian here with the Iron Barbs. Try to prevent as much damage from them as we can. If Zacian goes for Substitute here, it's not great for us. We're going to see the fake out into our Ensign. We're going to see a Behemoth Blade, presumably into Ferrothorn. Takes it like a champ is what he does. So now what we can do is we can... Do I want to go for fake out, or do I want to just fire off a Flare Blitz into their Zacian? What do they have in the back that could punish this play? Like, Feeny could switch in, Lapras could switch in. We could just Parting Shot off of that slot, which I think is fine. And Protect here. See if they have the... Yeah, gonna protect the Zacian, that's fine. We're gonna protect the Ferrothorn. Flamethrower? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, opponent. What? So we'll just kind of run the same play. We're gonna Parting Shot. And we'll go into... kind of want to go into Necrozma because that'll trigger Policy. Kind of also want to just go into Lapras. Yeah, let's go into Lapras here. They're going to withdraw their Ensign. Gonna bring in Lando. Okay. So they have double Intimidate. That's kind of unfortunate. But we're gonna bring in Lapras, which looks really good now. We're gonna see a CC into the Lapras. That's not so great. Is that a crit? No, they can't crit. We're body armor or shell armor. So they're definitely going to switch the Zacian out this next turn. So we'll bring in Necrozma. And then we'll switch Lapras out into Ensign. I kind of want to Dynamax. Kind of want a Swords Dance. Kind of want a Trick Room. I think going for Swords Dance is fine because they're going to bring in Ensign into that slot. And then here we'll go into our Ensign. Man, Lapras did not particularly take that CC well. Show me Incineroar. Okay. So now ours is actually going to be pretty decent because we're going to hit both of them, but this is special Ensign based off the Flamethrower? And they are going to Dynamax the Landorus. That's really good for us because now they're at -1. Probably going to see a Quake into Necrozma, and that would be great because that's going to trigger Policy. Then we'll get a Swords Dance off. We'll go to +1, go to +3. Then we can Dynamax and target down the Ensign slot. Just going to go for a Rockfall, presumably into the Lapras slot. Yep. But we take that like a champ, because we are. But we get our free Swords Dance up now. So we took our chip before they did. So we know they have Zacian in the back. I don't think there's any particular reason to stay in with Instant. I think it's just appropriate to stack off Lapras here. That means we can bring in Instant one more time and get another Intimidate off. I think Instant's going to be the reason that we can beat down the Zacian in the end game between Instant and Rillaboom. I mean, Instant and Ferrothorn. Look at my Lapras. It's definitely here for you to attack. Please take it out. Also, please target my Necrozma. But like, just with one hit attack. Those would be kind of annoying. We're going to see the Quake into, presumably, Necrozma. Nope, it's going to go into Lapras. I'm going to pick up the KO there. That's completely fine. The special attack boost doesn't do anything now in the end game. And we fire off our Quake. That's a really slow Instant. Okay, bye. Granted, our special defense boost is also not particularly doing much here. Now we can bring back out Instant. This is going to put Landorus to -2. They probably bring out Zacian here. I would like to see Zacian. Dang it! Oh wait, no, this is fine. They come in at the same time. Oh, they have Lapras. Oh, our Max Quake's really good then. And that means we need to get Instant out of here and go into Ferrothorn. I don't think there's any instance where Lapras switches out. If they do, that would be fantastic. I think if anything, the Landorus is more likely to switch out. But it'll probably switch out next turn. Because they probably want to utilize their Dynamax to the fullest effect here. Hey look, here's my Ferrothorn. It's really annoying. Max Flutterby. So that's U-turn, so that means that's Assault Vest. Freeze Dry, not gonna do a ton. No freeze. Oh, that's really bad, guys. That's really, really bad. I think that's how they win this game. I think that's the only way they win this game. I don't think there's any reason for them to keep Landorus in here. So we'll Leech Seed into this slot. That's really, really bad, guys. I can't stress that enough. We need to thaw out, like, now. Man, my luck with freezes this week has not been great. I've been streaming a... Oh, they're gonna withdraw the Lapras. Interesting. They're gonna U-turn off that. Okay, this is all still fine. Because now they go into Lapras, but Lapras is gonna get seeded. Kind of wish I had gone for a Iron Defense here. Oh, we thawed out. That's really good. Guys, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Who was worried? Y'all are crazy. And we do get the seed off onto the Lapras. So I think there's a 0% chance that this Lapras stays in. Because if it does, it just goes down here. What does Zacian have that threatens Necrozma? Nothing that comes to mind. I'm going to try to set up a Trick Room, and I'm going to go for a Protect this turn. I think it's pretty safe that Lapras is not going to switch out, really. They're just going to let Lapras go down. Thunder into the Necrozma. No para. Okay. And Trick Room does go up. So Lapras goes down. I think we're set up for a very, very good end game now. Sure, intimidate me. I really don't care. This is going to go back to neutral on Necrozma, but we're going to actually switch Necrozma out and go into Ensign here, get the stat drop on both of them, and we're going to go for an Iron Defense this turn. And then next turn we can go for a Leech Seed. I think setting up Iron Defense this turn is more important, because that means we can live the double up this turn. Protect on the Zacian, that's completely fine. This is probably Earthquake coming out. Which at -1, Ensign might be able to live. Ensign, you're amazing. And that was a crit into the Ensign, I believe. I actually am not sure who that crit. Might have been Ferrothorn. I actually just like going for Parting Shot into this and going for Leech Seed into it as well. Like, this endgame is all about setting up Ferrothorn to be this unbreakable wall. And right now I think we're doing that just fine. So now they have a -1 Zacian. And then next turn they're going to have a -2 Zacian. This could also just be Earthquake this turn. If it's Earthquake, we just stay in, because then they're going to trigger Policy. Rock Tomb. Interesting. I expected Rock Slide, not Rock Tomb. Ferrothorn, the Unbreakable Wall. Man, they take so much there from Iron Barbs, and then we just recover so much back. I think Zacian protects this turn, so I'm actually going to switch back out into Ensign once again, and we'll go for a Protect this turn. This game's going to go on for a while, I feel like, but I feel like the end result is going to be the same. I feel like we can do this for quite a while. Barring a crit, I think we're in this game. So now Landorus is at -2. Zacian is at -2. Zacian does not protect this turn. Stealth Rock? They're not Assault Vest. Really bizarre. So what is their item then? Are they Lum? I believe this is the last turn of Trick Room. It is. Okay. I think this turn is the turn we need to take out. Actually, I feel like we still win against Station in the end game. So we'll go for a Flare Blitz here. We'll go for another Iron Defense this turn. Station protects, that's fine. We're not targeting that slot. We know the Insane can't protect because we know their movesets. Rock Tomb, Earthquake, U-Turn, Stealth Rocks. Decent chip. Rocky Helmet, okay. That is going to put, that is going to pick up the KO on the Ensign. That's completely fine though, because now we can bring in Necrozma. It's your boy, Necrozma. And Ferrothorn's back to full HP. Cool. -2 attack. -2 attack. Okay. So we'll go for a Trick Room this turn. And we'll go for a Leech Seed into the Landorus. Again, barring no crit, I think we win this game. Just by inevitability alone. This isn't going to do much regardless of where you go. Nice. Good job. And now we are in the end game of we win. Like we were already set up to win this game, but now it is inevitable that we win. Nope. We want to go for Sunsteel Strike, and we want to go for Body Press into the Landorus this turn. Because we're going to win on HP values. Station protects, we don't care about that. That's why we didn't target it. But we're going to recover all that back at the end of turn. Man, what a way to end this. You know, Evan, when I was talking to Evan about this team, he said that your end game really just comes down to setting up Ferrothorn to be as effective as possible. And this game really, really showcased what we mean by that. GG, opponent. GG. So that was a heck of a ride from start to finish today. So I'm going to throw this rental code off one more time on the way out. This team was nothing but impressive from start to finish. I am very satisfied with this team. And that easily should pull us into Ultra Ball today. Just show that so I can say I'm an Ultra Ball gamer. Hey, look at that, an Ultra Ball gamer. Cool. And let's throw that rental code up one more time. Definitely go and follow Yoko on Twitter. Make sure you pick up this team while it is still available. It's been a blast. This is way better than I truly anticipated Necrozma to be, and just getting to play with some mons that you really don't see in this format right now, between Ferrothorn, Tyranitar, and Togekiss, all three of which really got to showcase what they're capable of in today's video. Ferrothorn obviously single-handedly won us that last game. Togekiss being able to put to deter hits from Necrozma in multiple games over the last couple days, and then being able to yawn the Thundurus today, basically won us that game as well. Tyranitar got to Dynamax today, got to actually pick up some KOs. It was a fun time all around. I'm very satisfied with how this team turned out. And to Hannah for sending me this team, thank you. To Yoko, this team is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. You are a fantastic player, and I see why you did so well with this team. So that's going to be it for today, everyone. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. Pound that like button if you like this video at any point today. And that's going to be it. Have a fantastic day. Peace.